Hello everybody, Dr. Bob Vaughn, your local health and wellness expert. I'm here at HealthSource today, and we are on our mission to make health simple, easy, and fun to create a world that is free of chronic pain and chronic illness. So what we're going to be talking about today is something that affects a lot of people, and as you can see, it is called broken butt syndrome. Now, it used to be called lower cross syndrome, but we found if we gave it a more attention-grabbing name, people will pay a little bit more attention to it. So what is broken butt syndrome? What it is tight hip flexors, so your psoas and your rectus femoris, muscles in the front of the leg, typically from sitting, and then it's weak abdominal muscles and glute muscles and gluteal muscles, and this imbalance leads to a lot of different issues. So what does it cause? It can cause lower back pain, it can cause hip pain, it can cause knee pain, it can also cause, in a lot of older gentlemen, you'll see this, it looks like there's nothing holding their pants up. The glutes atrophy from not being used, so we want to make sure that we're making sure we're getting that taken care of. So how does it happen? Well, that's a great question. How it happens is the average American sits for 37 years, which is approximately half of their life. If you sit for more than 30 minutes or more than 40 minutes at a time, research shows that the glutes and the hamstrings literally shut off. So even if you run several miles, or if you work out at CrossFit or extremely active before or after work, if you're like a typical American who sits the majority of their day and you're sitting for more than 40 minutes a time, your glutes and hamstrings are literally shutting off and atrophying or getting weaker from that, and that's what leads to this lower cross syndrome. Your glutes and your abs get weak from sitting, your hip flexors get tight from sitting, and that leads to a lot of issues. So the big question is, what can you do about it? So the first thing you can do, the simplest thing, is you can get up and get moving. Set a timer, set an alarm, make sure you're getting up every 30 minutes, using the glutes, doing some squats, some squeezes, something like that. Next thing you can do if you're not able to get up is you can just do some glute squeezes. Sitting in your chair and literally just clenching your butt cheeks or squeezing your glutes to get some activity in those muscles. You want to make sure we're doing that. Also making sure that you're getting adjusted, making sure that the joints are moving properly, because when the hip flexors are tight and the glutes and the abdominal muscles are weak, you start to get what's called subluxation, where your joints are not moving properly, and that adds to this problem. Also, you can make sure that you get up, get exercising, make sure you're stretching the tight muscles, and make sure you're strengthening the weak muscles. And this is just a picture of what we're dealing with here. So your psoas muscle goes from your lumbar spine down to the top of your femur. Your rectus femoris goes from the top of the hip down to the kneecap. When you're seated, these muscles are shortened the entire time, and then they start to develop scar tissue. When you have that scar tissue, you're not as easily able to stand up or extend. These also work against the glutes and the abdominal muscles, because just like when you flex your arm, your bicep contracts and your triceps relax. When these muscles are tightened, these ones have to relax to allow for that movement. The problem is they start to get weaker. When they get weaker and you're not using them, that imbalance is what leads to what we call broken butt syndrome. So if you or someone you know, it may be dealing or suffering with broken butt syndrome, share this video with them, make sure they have their information, and make sure you get up and moving, make sure you're squeezing your glutes, get out and exercise and stretch, and make sure you get yourself checked and get yourself adjusted as well. So this is Dr. Bob Vaughn with HealthSource of Blaine, making health simple, easy, and fun since 2011. Thanks. Have a great day.